Last class you have learned transportation in plants. In this class we will see excretion in human and in plants. Let's see excretion. Excretion is one of the characteristic feature of living beings. Living organisms perform so many metabolic activities. As a result of these activities, a large variety of waste products are produced. These wastes are toxic and timingly must remove from the body of an organism. Suppose if it is not removing properly, these waste accumulate in our body and affect the health of an organism. The removal of waste from the body of an organism is one of the biological process. This process is called as excretion. The mode of excretion is different in different organisms. Let's see the excretion in various animals. For example, unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium and euglena, most of the waste products are removed through the body surface or cell membrane by diffusion. In some worms like earthworms and leeches have specialized excretory organs named as nephridia. In insects like cockroaches, Malpighian tubules are the excretory organs. In vertebrates, kidneys are the excretory organs. The removal of waste from the body depends on the availability of water. Aquatic animals like fishes excrete ammonia which directly dissolves in water. The excretory product of land animals like bird and reptiles is semi-solid uric acid. In humans, the major excretory product is urea. You know, kidneys are the main excretory organs in human. Apart from this, human body has specialized organs for the removal of various waste formed in the body. They are large intestine, lungs, skin and liver. Here, large intestine excrete undigested food through the anus in the form of feces. Next is lungs. CO2 is produced as a waste product in our body cells during the process of respiration. Next is skin. Skin helps in eliminating the excess water, urea, some salts and other metabolic waste in the form of sweat. Let's see the human excretory system. The given picture is human excretory system. This system consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and an urethra. Let's see one by one. First, kidneys. A pair of kidneys are present in human. Each kidney is bean-shaped structure. It looks like reddish brown in color. Kidneys are located in the abdomen, one on either side of the vertebral column. The left kidney is placed a little higher than the right kidney. The renal artery brings blood which contains waste substances into the kidneys. The renal vein carries away the cleaned blood from the kidneys. Each kidney contains a large number of coiled tubes called nephron. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidneys. Later we will discuss about nephron briefly. Next organ of the excretory system is a pair of ureters. These are otherwise called as excretory tubes. These are the thin muscular tubes coming out from each kidney which opens into the urinary bladder. Ureters carry out urine from the kidneys. Then the next organ is a urinary bladder. It is a beer-shaped muscular sac. It acts as a reservoir of urine. That means urinary bladder helps to store urine before being discharged to the outside. Last organ of the excretory system is urethra. Urethra is a muscular tube that arises from the neck of the bladder and conducts the urine to the outside through an opening at its end, the urinary opening. Let's see the functions of kidney. Kidney removes the poisonous substances such as urea, other waste and excess water from the blood. These wastes excrete in the form of a yellowish liquid called urine. Then it regulates the osmotic pressure or water balance of the blood. It regulates the pH of blood. Next is the structure of nephron. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of excretory system. Nephrons are otherwise called as uriniferous tubules. Each nephron has a long coiled tubule. One end of this tubule is connected to the double-walled cup-shaped structure of Bowman's capsule, and its other end opens into a urine collecting duct of a kidney. The Bowman's capsule contains a bundle of blood capillaries which is called glomerulus. Glomerulus helps to filter the blood passing through it. Next part is a tubular part. This part is to allow selective reabsorption of useful substances such as glucose, amino acids and some mineral salts into the blood capillaries. Let's see formation of urine. Already you know the kidneys filter unwanted substances from the blood. These wastes in the form of urine excrete out from the body of an organism. There are three main steps of urine formation. They are glomerular filtration, reabsorption and secretion. Let's see one by one. First is glomerular filtration. Here blood filtration occurs in the glomerulus where blood is filtered. Next is reabsorption. Here around 99% of the filtrate obtained is reabsorbed by the renal tubules. This is known as reabsorption. This reabsorption is achieved by active and passive transport. Already you know about this active and passive transport in the 9th standard itself. Next step is secretion, that is tubular secretion. Here tubular cells secrete substances like hydrogen ion, potassium ion, etc. the filtrate. The secreted ions combine with the filtrate and form urine. The urine passes out of the nephron tubule into a collecting duct. An adult human being normally passes about 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in 24 hours. The urine consists of 95% of water and 5% of nitrogenous waste. Wastes such as urea, ammonia are excreted in urine. Apart from this, the potassium and sodium, calcium ions are also excreted. Let's see artificial kidney. Sometimes a person's kidneys may stop working due to infection or injury. In this case, the waste products start accumulating in the blood and the person may die. To avoid this, that particular person undergoes kidney transplantation or dialysis. Let's see dialysis. Dialysis is the procedure used in artificial kidney to replace a non-functional or damaged kidney. In the process, blood of the patient is allowed to pass through the long cellulose tubes dipped in a tank containing a dialysing solution having same ionic concentration as plasma. The waste substances diffuse out blood into the tank and the clean blood is returned back into the patient through a way. Let's see excretion in plants. Plants produce a number of waste products. In plants, excess water is removed through stomata by transpiration. Plants also get rid of oxygen, a byproduct in the process of photosynthesis, and CO2 in the byproduct of formed during respiration. Some of the waste stored in the leaves are removed by the detachment of the leaves itself from the tree. Waste are also stored in the cellular vacuoles, which do not affect the functioning of cytoplasm, because of its outer membrane known as tonoplast. Other waste products are stored in resins and gums, especially in old stem. Then, the terrestrial plants excrete some waste into the soil around them. In aquatic plants, the wastes are removed by the process of diffusion in surrounding medium.